gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Philadelphia 76ers, who are the second best team in this Eastern Conference by a mile when Joel Embiid is healthy. And that's just what they are. So now, if Giannis isn't available, the Bucks would be dogs in the series.
He ain't sleeping on that air mattress anymore. He's got a regular king-size bed, a Posturepedic, what do they call it? A Sealy's, whatever they do, those things. He ready to roll. Denominating tonight.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
People that bashed him will be eating their words this year.
Pretty heavily favored to be a first-round pick, minus 400 earlier this week. But that's not the surprise.
If you're drafting J.J. McCarthy in the first half of the first round, you clearly believe not only is he a starter, he's going to be your starter for years to come. But
a popular bet was under 3.5 wide receivers in the first round.
The tape doesn't lie, baby.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Morency, the Pips, the Players, the Hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. Level 2 has begun 2-1 for the Winnipeg Jets right now. So there's been a couple of quick goals in this period. Good call by McKinnis, who said he liked the over 5.5 in game. 2-1, 10:40 left in the second period in the Peg. 1-0 for the Nashville Predators, who scored a minute and 11 seconds into the hockey game. A fluke goal. They flicked it at the net, and they didn't even get another shot on goal for like 10 minutes. After that, but they hung on to a 1-0 lead. Vancouver do have a power play for like another minute and a half or so to start the second period with quick ice. Pettersson just missed. I'm looking for Pettersson to score here, Cam. People in Vancouver, the media, like fans are all happy and stuff, but the media in Vancouver are pretty petty. So like even if things are going well, they'll always sort of find something. And Pettersson was the one that they picked on after game one. That, the Canucks won, but Pettersson didn't play well. And Pettersson hasn't played well since he signed his contract over the last month of the season. Now he just missed that shot right there, which he really should have buried. So he's going to start to get picked on and buried. And even for his own confidence, you could tell he's getting frustrated. I believe in him. I think he breaks through here, actually, guys. For those of you looking for an in-game, we'll see what the odds are here for Pettersson to score, but he's freaking due to put one in right now. I'm telling you, he's due to score. He should have just scored right now.
If he does, that's great news for Vancouver, because that's kind of like with Austin Matthews and his playoff disappointments. And he finally had a game where he broke through, and I think that's good news. That's the thing. And once those star players get confidence, they tend to roll for a while. He needs to score.
All right, so anytime goal scorer right now. Pettersson's plus 210 right now. I'd like a little bit more. He was like plus 150 before the game. So we're getting a little bit, but I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm not going to go crazy on it, but I want to get a piece of this. I got Hughes to score, I got Pettersson to score, and I got JT Miller to score. If I can't hit one of these, I got a problem. One of these. So, figure one of these guys will score. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean?
Somebody better score. Yeah,
I don't care who scores, Cam. Somebody score for Vancouver. I don't care. I don't know anybody at this point. I don't care about the goal props, but I do believe I'd be, if I'm the Canucks, I'd feel pretty good about the way things went. Nashville, Vancouver looked like the better team in the first period. Nashville scored a fluky goal. The sky didn't fall onto Smith after the first goal on the first shot. You've come so close. Give credit to Saros, man. Saros has made a couple of big-time saves, too. The Canucks have, missed a couple of shots that they should have buried, but he's also made a couple of big saves as well. He's a good goalie.
He is. Saros is really good. smaller guy, very acrobatic. When he sees the puck, he makes saves. He's just he's been very good for very long, kind of underrated. That's the one thing, though. Sometimes he has a little bit of hole, so precision shot makers can beat him. So, Gabe, we won with the Pacers tonight. They get it done, 125-108 over the Bucks. Timberwolves are good for the series play, and good start for the Mavericks, but a lot of basketball left.
Yeah, I have a series parlay, alternate parlay with these teams in which I need them to win. What do I have here? I've got the Minnesota Timberwolves plus 2.5 games. So I've already won that, right? So the T-Wolves just, basically if it went 6, I would win. So the T-Wolves have already covered that by hitting the 2.5. I have the Pacers plus 2.5 games in the series. So after losing game 1, wasn't the end of the world, but now that I got this one under my belt, I'm pretty confident the Pacers will win a game at home at least. We're probably going to end up going back to Milwaukee 2-2, or even maybe the Pacers will be up 3-1 potentially. And I got the Dallas Mavericks plus 2.5 as well. So tonight's games are actually pretty big. And, the Mavericks won't be totally done if they're down 2-0 because they can go home and win, but you don't want to be down 2-0. Like this is a big game for the Mavericks tonight. They need to nail this one down.
I agree 100%. It's you don't want to give the Clippers, you want to nail them down too. And the thing is, Gabe, the Dallas Mavericks, I think, can win this series. If they lose tonight, it's going to be a real big mountain to climb. But I believe in this team. You're right. They came out slow, but a better second half and a better early start to this game. I believe in the Mavericks. I got them points in money line. Let's roll.
Ooh, Colorado's nearly. Oh my God, they're about to score. Wow, they had an open net, and
oh thank God,
a bunch of Winnipeg Jets dived in front of the open net.
I'm scared about my under 6.5 with Gorgiev in net too. That guy's an absolute sieve. He's a colander, man. He's horrible. I got to tell you, this backup for Colorado must be banged up. He used to play for the Minnesota Moose. Because Gabe, think about this: guy lets in 7 goals. He's already you know what I mean? You got to give the guy the hook eventually.
I would change goalies for game 3 at home, potentially.
Big time.
Oh, my God.
I know. I'm hanging on by a thread here. Get it out.
The Jets just hit the goalpost.
Oh, Jets just hit the goal. Sure, you're ahead of me now. I'm just seeing the Colorado stuff. Oh, yeah, there. I see it. Well, actually, that was a huge save by Gorgiev right when I called him a sieve. That was the best save of the night. Here we go.
Even the Jet that shot the puck thought he scored. And the ref was like, no, it didn't go in. It hit the post, but it bounced out instead of bouncing in. It was a nice shot. He rifled it. There's a lot. This is end-to-end action right now. Colorado, you could tell. You could tell Colorado just sort of dialed it up a notch. They're like, all right, we've got to tie the hockey game now. That was very efficient. And to be honest, and I'm on Winnipeg, but Winnipeg just got away with a tripping call. It was blatant, he blatantly tripped the dude. Oh God, there it is.
I'm going to be
Colorado
honest too.
Scores. Sorry,
yeah,
Ken.
I was just gonna say live bet Colorado, and I'm on the under in this game because they know with a goaltender
they were swarming.
They have to score. Yeah, they look good. Oh, look at that goal! Traffic in front, 2-2. Good call by McKinnon. It's probably going to go over now. 2-2. Damn it.
This might be 4-4 by the end of this period.
Yeah, I know. I got to regroup at the Red Lobster here. I need a plan B, so I got to figure this out right now.
Red Lobster's filing for bankruptcy. You're out of luck.
Are they really? Oh, man, I wish I had enough money to buy the Red Lobster. I love that place. It's because of me.
Put them out of business when you went there, and they're
me and my brother at the Red Lobster. Dude, he eats more than me. He was just killing it, at Lobster Fest. They were like, more, sir. This is like Homer Simpson. Bring it on. Does this look like a man that had enough for you? All he could eat? No, definitely not.
Yeah, they lost money. In an effort to boost visits to the restaurant, Red Lobster expanded their all-you-can-eat shrimp deal, but it ended up hurting their profits to the tune of $11 million in the end.
Seafood's expensive.
The price point was $20 for to eat as much as you can, and it was just too cheap for the modern food price now, especially with people like Sean Higgs on the loose in the world. Like $20, you got to bump that up. If I was Red Lobster, I'd say this: it's $40. It's not $20. It's the 24. It's not all you can eat for $20.
I told my brother, I go, it's all you can eat shrimp, and there's new kinds. It was $24.99. It's $19.99 in the States. I'm like, these guys are idiots. This should be $49.99. I'd still be lining up at the door. You're right. We took them to the cleaners.
They figured people would. They figured people would return for other things, or I don't know, buy more beverages when they were there. They didn't, I guess.
No, they came for the seafood.
That's another. I would have put like in the fine print some sort of deal. Like, listen, you got to spend $50 at the bar too, like to get this.
Yeah.
Like minimum drink requirement, or $20. It's just bad business. That's not why they're going bankrupt, because they lost $11 million. $11 million isn't going to sink Red Lobster, but as a whole, their business model, just the price of seafood and what people want to pay for it, doesn't mean they're going to close. It means they're filing for bankruptcy, and somebody will come in and buy them. A hedge fund will come in and purchase the company. So the current owners are in trouble. We'll put it that way. So are underbettors in this Winnipeg game right now, 2-2 with 3:46 left.
Not filing for bankruptcy like Red Lobster, but I'm scared. I can tell you that. Problems.
The Vancouver Canucks don't come back, I might be filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah, exactly. I'll see you at the bankruptcy line.
Not happy. That 1-0. Let's go.
It's when he swung it easy at three-quarter golf swings, and he pretty much hit his number all the time. Dude, but when he hit something full, he hit it 20 yards over the greens at times. He's like, what are you doing?
He's just smiley, happy, and a freakish athlete golf robot that's going to be right there winning majors for the next 10-plus years. It's amazing.
Did you say he was smiling or smiley?
Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Philadelphia 76ers, who are the second best team in this Eastern Conference by a mile when Joel Embiid is healthy. And that's just what they are. So now, if Giannis isn't available, the Bucks would be dogs in the series.
He ain't sleeping on that air mattress anymore. He's got a regular king-size bed, a Posturepedic, whatever they call it, a Sealy's, whatever they do, those things. He ready to roll. Denominating tonight.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
People that bashed him will be eating their words this year.
Pretty heavily favored to be a first-round pick, minus 400 earlier this week. But that's not the surprise.
If you're drafting J.J. McCarthy in the first half of the first round, you clearly believe not only is he a starter, he's going to be your starter for years to come. But
a popular bet was under 3.5 wide receivers in the first round.
The tape doesn't lie, baby.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. The second period has started in Vancouver. They're on the power play right now. There's 30 seconds left in the power play. They really haven't gotten much going yet. Here's an opportunity for them right now, though. God, they're getting a lot of, decent scoring opportunities. They really are. They're getting shots in hot spots on the ice. But you've got to credit the Nashville Predators. These dudes are blocking everything, man. Vancouver's got to start figuring this out, that just the status quo of just shooting isn't working. That you're going to have to start faking it a little bit and getting them to dive for the, sort of basketball style, because they're just blocking everything. It's really frustrating. Vancouver officially have 5 shots on goal. We can get the official stat now, but they were up to 8 or 9 blocks by the end of the period, which is extremely high for a period. Vancouver have shot the puck 15, 20 times and they can't get it through, or they're missing the net. So the power play is over. right now. Sean Higgs in the house, and oh boy, as I'm watching the Vancouver game, the Colorado Avalanche have just scored 3-2. It's a goal fest in the second period, 3-2 right now.
Tried to take the over, and it spun and didn't let me in. Jerks.
So we got another track meet in this series, up to 7.5 in-game total right now.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
What did you think at that opening up at 6 and 6.5 after that first game? Like, what was that? Like, it seemed like the scream to take the under, right? Like,
yeah,
why wouldn't it be another? It opened up less.
I stayed away from the total. I'm on the Jets, though.
That's not good either.
No,
I didn't have enough in this game. I had the under in the other Florida game.
No, I'm not happy.
No, they've been outscored 3-1 in the second period.
This game sucks, man.
It's falling apart.
You're in a lose-lose situation here. Like, this is the thing. Winnipeg scores, the game's definitely going to go over. I don't know. Do we take the live over? Like, are we going to get into like a 6-5 game again? Like more goals? Like,
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What are you talking about? Come on.
What, it's 7.5?
Yeah, I'm
say
looking for an escape plan.
I would wait till it goes to 6.5, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you better hope it just ends scoreless
No,
rest of the period.
Yeah, but there's only 2 minutes left in the period. So you get through this period, then you get through the first minute or two, couple of minutes of the third period, then it drops to 6.5. The Jets will have to get desperate, and if they tie the game, it goes over, and or pull the goalie potentially, and you get some craziness here. But, oh, God, there's something there's a power play coming up. Colorado are going on the power play now. It never ends.
That's the over. Here it comes. Get on that over. Get on it.
Come on, Winnipeg.
Get on it. Get on it like they're bringing you out the biscuits at Red Lobster. Like the free biscuits.
That was a bad I got to tell you, Morency, we talked about the Jets being disrespected. That was just the books with a nice little hook, line, and sinker for Jets bettors there. Like, Colorado's a good hockey team, right? Like, especially after a loss. Like, they're good. They're real good still. Like,
but we should know.
They're not deep. Yeah, we should.
The Jets have blown the Jets have blown a lead twice tonight. They were up 1-0 and 2-1.
That is true. That is very true.
Even the other game the other night, they were giving up a bunch of goals. I mean, come on. No lead is safe here.
Hellebuck's, it's not all him. The defense has been brutal on both sides, and the goaltending.
I think Winnipeg could dig down deep and tie this game. Oh boy, Nashville are buzzing around. They're on a power play right now. There's a minute left. They just missed the net and from the slot. We're seeing a sense of desperation, guys. And it doesn't mean you're going to win all the time, but we saw tonight. Listen, the Capitals covered on the puck line. They were better tonight. They were a desperate team. You could tell just the sense of desperation they were playing with. They played much better tonight. The Leafs were the better team in game 2 in a desperation mode. Nashville are up right now, Sean. We're seeing this. It hasn't worked in the NBA. The home teams until tonight were winning every game. The NHL, this little zigzag and desperation team has worked a bit.
But even in the NBA, though, the teams came out and gave you with the exception of Magic, they came out and kind of battled a little bit, even down. Like the Lakers, I mean, that was just an epic collapse there, but you expect that, right? You lose the first game, you're going to come out and give it all like that first. I took the Mavericks first quarter and second quarter here, laying halves. I just figured you scored 8 points. You better come out and redeem yourselves. And even that was a pathetic first half performance by these clubs today. But I'm all for not as much as a zigzag, because I don't think you even have to play that nowadays. Since you have live stuff, you can do a first quarters, you can do first periods. You don't really have to jump into a full game where a team could fall apart late and not get you an outright win or even a cover in some spots. But zigzags are great, but sometimes you don't need it. Take that first half.
Well, the first half zigzag is good. Yeah. Which is a zigzag in a sense, right? Because as you stated, the Dallas Mavericks were terrible in the first half, the first quarter of that game. You knew that they were going to have to be better. Ironically enough, they really weren't. Like you said, they had 5 points. You know what I mean? But the Clippers weren't any better tonight.
Exactly. But again, any team that's down, you're in elimination mode. Let's go. Time to ante up here. Cowboy up, as they say. Let's give out a good performance. You're seeing it in the 2 hockey games. Our road teams are coming in, fighting like crazy.
This in-game total in the basketball game will be intriguing to see how low it dips. I might jump in on the under at some point. It's at 195.5 right now. There's 40, 43, 39. There's still $1.12 left. This thing will really dip. So I just went to 193.5. This thing could maybe get to like 188 or something like that. And there's been a couple of these NBA games where
ugly.
The first half has been so low. And like I've seen a couple of totals, 188, 190, and then boom, next thing you know, they get to 203, 204 at the end of the game. There is a push. We saw it the other day, Sean. Dallas were much better in the third and fourth quarter offensively.
Yes. Yeah, we expect them to turn on. And here's the thing in a game like this, though. You're thinking it's sailing to an under, and all of a sudden you get an overtime, and then you're screwed, right? I mean, this could easily be 97-97 and think you got a winner in your hands, and then it's going to overtime. Somebody makes a shot or misses a shot at the end of the game. It's close games. I don't like getting into in gaming like this. This is an ugly matchup. I mean, Dallas, as much as they have to come out win, remember they're favored for this thing. They're not. Lakers or rather Clippers are playing with the free roll here. Hey, we're home. We're the dogs. We're winning. Pressure's on Dallas. I don't know if they're going to be able to maintain.
There's pressure on the Clippers a bit in a sense because there's been so much failure and they pay so much money for these players. But it's true. People have kind of given up on them, Sean. And no one even thought they were going to beat the Mavericks in the first place.
Yep. They're the dogs.
It's when he swung it easy at three-quarter golf swings, and he pretty much hit his number all the time. Dude, but when he hit something full, he hit it 20 yards over the greens at times. He's like, what are you doing?
He's just smiley, happy, and a freakish athlete golf robot that's going to be right there winning majors for the next 10-plus years. It's amazing.
Did you say he was smiling or smiley?
Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Philadelphia 76ers, who are the second best team in this Eastern Conference by a mile when Joel Embiid is healthy. That's just what they are. So now, if Giannis isn't available, the Bucks would be dogs in the series.
He ain't sleeping on that air mattress anymore. He's got a regular king-size bed, a posturepedic, whatever they call it, a Sealy's, whatever they do, those things. He's ready to roll. Dominating tonight.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
People that bashed him will be eating their words this year. Pretty heavily favored to be a first-round pick, minus 400 earlier this week. But that's not the surprise.
If you're drafting J.J. McCarthy in the first half of the first round, you clearly believe not only is he a starter, he's going to be your starter for years to come. But
a popular bet was under 3.5 wide receivers in the first round.
The tape doesn't lie, baby.
Only on SportsGrid.
The Twisted Tuesday continues. This is SportsRage. I am Morency. What a wild week it's been, man. Just, games on at the same time. NBA, NHL, NFL draft on Thursday as well. There is Major League Baseball going on. I personally don't have any action going on in the late night games. The San Francisco Giants are leading the Mets right now 4-0 in the bottom of the seventh inning. And the Halos are beating Baltimore 7-3. And they are in the bottom of the sixth inning right now. In-game totals 12.5 in that game. The Orioles are plus 1,100 to come back. The run line is 3.5. Shaw, did you have action on the Angels tonight?
I had action on the over 8.5, and I had the Rodriguez and the O's on a run line plus 113. That looks like it's going to go down. Because Canning had been a tomato can. He'd been terrible. So I figured the O's would come in and win again. But, hindsight being 2020, the second game of that Cali trip, your first game you might get. But the second one's maybe where the fatigue gets you off of the hangover coming out to the coast, and Angels back after the road trip, one game home. They lose the first one, come back. But I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of the Angel bullpen here. So Orioles could hit. I cash the over. I'd still go over. Would you say 12.5? I'd jump in live on that one. Why wouldn't it still be runs on the board here? Orioles can rake like nobody's business.
The Nashville Predators have just taken a 2-0 lead. As the puck was behind the net, Vancouver couldn't clear it. Hughes lost it in the corner, and then DeSmith got beat. Breakdown by Hughes, and then great play by Forsberg, but Demko probably makes that play. And now here we go, 2-0 for the Nashville Predators with 13:31 left in the second period of play. And, man, the Avs are up 4-2. No, the Preds are up 2-0.
Yeah.
Cam, the Canucks are getting 2.5 goals right now at minus 145. In-game total, 5.5 right now in this Vancouver game.
Well, I'm on the 6. Under. 6.5 under. Preds plus 1.5 in the parlay and Preds money line. So I will come in with Vancouver there. I don't think the Preds are going to win by more than 2 goals in this game. So you can sign me up for that. I'm going to try to middle this.
Yeah. I was going to say, man, grab a little Vancouver. 2.5, I think, is worth it. They're not going to get shut out at home.
Bad night for the Canadian clubs, Morency. We're just talking, hey, Edmonton, Toronto, hey, now Vancouver.
The journey to the Cup is not an easy one.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not easy at all. It's very difficult.
But we're seeing, oh, man, like Vancouver could be in trouble without Demko. I mean, they got to score. And this isn't DeSmith's fault that they're getting shut out. But that's the difference. Demko, makes saves that he keeps them in games. He saves them. He saved them the other night with a couple of big-time saves. But Vancouver have to get this thing going offensively. And I'd be a little concerned about the under now, Cam. I got an under 6 myself in this game just because Vancouver are not going to have a choice but to open things up now.
You're right. And that's dangerous on the counterattack. It still is 5.5, but I think our stance is okay with the 6, and I have a 6.5 as well. When they scored that early goal. So, I'm going to stay where I am. But I am concerned, Gabe. Very much so.
I'm coming in, Sean, with plus 2.5 with the Canucks here. They're going to get the next goal.
Yeah, I think so. I like that spot. I like the under 6.5, even though I'm thinking Vancouver scores and gets back in this for you. But it could very well be a 4-2 kind of game. So you'll still win that one.
Could still be 3-2, actually. I know the next goal is paramount, but they make it 2-1 here. They're right back in it. Oh my God, massive save!
So that's what you want.
God,
you want 2-1 because then it'll be let's tee it up and slow it down and that
what do we got? 86 points in this basketball game at the half, 45-41. What is this?
So what did I say? I said let's get a 188. What do they got? Oh my God, they just scored again, guys, and I just got the 2.5 bet in 3-0 now.
Oh my goodness.
Geez. We're going to have to, abort like the Red Lobster. Yeah, just now the totals have
file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, that's right. Chapter
you can still, I think 11. Can we still buy the Red Lobster biscuits at the store, though? You can still buy the biscuits in the supermarket.
Yeah, I make them. I buy the mix and make them myself, Sean. They're called Cheddar Bay biscuits. I make them at home.
Cheddar Bay
delicious.
Biscuits.
Yes.
Bad rebound from DeSmith there.
Yep. Looks like I'm going to be eating Cheddar Bay biscuits. If this total goes over here, there we go.
That's
great.
It. And tap water. You can't even buy bottled water.
It's that hockey luck, man. JT Miller was in the slot. I have JT Miller score a goal, too. He's in the slot. He shoots it. Saros makes a nice save. 10 seconds later, somehow, boom, Nashville scores. It could have been 2-1. Could have, should have, would have, but there's no ifs about this. Vancouver need to start scoring. Brutal.
It's when he swung it easy at 3/4 golf swings, and he pretty much hit his number all the time. Dude, but when he hits something full, he hit it 20 yards over the greens at times. He's like, what are you doing?
He's just smiley, happy, and a freakish athlete golf robot that's going to be right there winning majors for the next 10 plus years. It's amazing.
Did you say he was smiling or smiley?
Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Philadelphia 76ers, who are the second best team in this Eastern Conference by a mile when Joel Embiid is healthy. That's just what they are. So now, if Giannis isn't available, the Bucks would be dogs in the series.
He ain't sleeping on that air mattress anymore. He's got a regular king-size bed, a Posturepedic, where they call it, a Sealy's, whatever they do, those things. He's ready to roll. Dominating tonight.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
People that bashed him will be eating their words this year. Pretty heavily favored to be a first-round pick, minus 400 earlier this week. But that's not the surprise.
If you're drafting J.J. McCarthy in the first half of the first round, you clearly believe not only is he a starter, he's going to be your starter for years to come. But
a popular bet was under 3.5 wide receivers in the first round.
The tape doesn't lie, baby.
Only on SportsGrid.
Well, the wheels are falling off for the Vancouver Canucks. 3-0 for Nashville. 8:50 left. And Vancouver are getting chances. They even got a break. Nashville tried to clear the zone, and the puck hit the referee, and it bounced right in front of the net to a Vancouver Canuck, but Saros saved it. So Saros has made some nice saves. Vancouver just don't have any puck luck. They're really, like you can tell now, they're panicking. Like they're trying, like, look, they JT Miller just broke his stick on a one-timer. You could, like, frustration is kicking in now for this team. Game's not completely done yet, but it's close. It's close to being done. The Canucks need to freaking score a goal here in the next couple of minutes. Down 3-0. So, guys, the in-game total of the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Clipper game, we're at the half. It's 45-41 for the Mavericks, Sean. I'm on the Mavericks plus the point in this game. I didn't bet the total pregame. Thinking about jumping in on the over 190.5 though right now. What do you think?
Ah, man. You know what? I had the Mavericks
pretty low,
for
bro.
First quarter, first half, second quarter. Second quarter, I got a loss on because they tied. I thought they won the second half. They tied. I don't. What do you got your total at? I got a 191.5.
I got a 189.5. Yeah, I got a 189.5. Yeah.
I like the over.
That's what he just said.
You look at the way they're shooting in the first half. The Dallas is shooting good. Clippers are shooting terribly, and they're still in this game. So I think they're going to turn on. No, I think this goes over. I think this is a 200
Look,
pluser.
To get to this number, that's 95-95, man. I doubt this game. You know what I mean? I doubt this game's a 92-88 game in the end. There'll be some fouls. Somebody will hit some.
The Clippers are
somebody will hit
21
some shots.
20 points a quarter. You know, I mean, come on. They'll turn on here. They're home.
It's the Kawhi
like
Leonard
the
factor in a way, coming back and throwing the chemistry off. I talked about it before the game.
Yes. Yep.
Even though he's a great
Morency.
player, right? You know what I mean? They just played well without him. Now that he comes back, it throws everybody off a little bit.
I'm watching these Nashville goals. A couple of them are pretty cheesy. You're right. I was watching the other game. Like,
yeah, the bad rebound led to it.
Bad
Like,
rebound.
you gotta.
You got to. Yeah, it's not.
It's a problem.
Yeah, over.
I'm going
you
over.
need Demko back.
I'm going over
Yeah, I think
191.5.
small play. I got a lot of things going right now. Small play on the over. We're on the Mavericks.
I'm going big on the over because I got to get back this Vancouver Canuck money.
See, that's the way me and Gabriel Morency are. People are like, hey, my unit size, whatever. When things go bad, I bet English horse racing at night or Australian horse racing, and he goes wild with live basketball.
No, I'm just increasing the unit here to try to absorb the Canuck plays that I'm about to lose.
Yeah. There was China University.
I do have the Canucks
basketball.
plus 2.5. I need that. That could still happen.
It can. Very much so.
You want to route.
You could grab. Here you go. You guys want some obscure stuff? I'm showing Ziyang Physical Education University plus 20.5 for Shaanxi University in the China League. So there's that if you want some basketball tonight besides the Mavericks.
What's the total?
What's the total? What's the total? 165.5. Juice to the under.
Pretty
137.
Light. Lots of defense in that league.
Somebody sent me this. Let me find this. Here it is. This is crazy. This is the biggest route that I've ever seen before in a hockey game. And I don't know how they didn't stop it, but it is what it is. So this is in the International Ice Hockey Under 18 World Cup qualifiers. It was Thailand versus Kuwait. Thailand won 57-0.
In a hockey game?
Yes.
And Thailand beat Thailand?
Shots on goal were 122-1.
Wow, Kuwait's new to the game. I didn't know
Kuwait
Taiwan had a team, Gabe. Well, I didn't know Taiwan was such a hockey power. Wow, that's pretty good.
I figured there's going to be a pretty angry Kuwaiti king or something. It was a pretty big embarrassment. How do you lose 57-0?
That's
they have money. I don't know. They got to hire Wayne Gretzky, bring Gretzky in or something. Teach these guys something. Like
they'll turn in.
I'm assuming. I don't know what the puck line was. I'm assuming they covered it. You know what I mean? Like, what did you lay? Like
Taiwan minus 22.5.
Hold on a second.
Wow,
didn't the Saudis pay for like the live or whatever? Right there. Well, the Saudis are taking over golf. Maybe the Kuwaitis are going to take over the NHL and bring over all the talent to the hockey league.
Not at this rate.
No, at this rate. No.
57-0. That's the biggest hockey route I've ever heard of. I've never Team Canada sometimes in the old days would win 13-0, 16-0. I think they might have won 22-1 or something once, but nothing like this.
You could have bet on that?
I don't know.
How is that even possible? It's like scoring every second.
Yeah, it's almost
like every other second they're just shooting from center ice. 60 minutes
of the game, they're scoring every minute. Basically, like every minute they get the puck, they score. Like what's Kuwait playing? They got llamas on skates?
Easy. Don't make fun of the llamas. Come on, kid.
I'd like to know. I'd like to find out, though, what the line was, actually. What was the puck line?
Me too. Yeah.
Was it 10.5, 12.5 or something stupid? Or was it like a pick'em game? 57-0.
They might have lost a goalie or something and didn't have a backup or put a player in net. Because
even with an empty net, how do you score 57 goals?
Come on, Gabe. You've played hockey before. And Thailand, by no stretch, is a hockey power. Something weird had to happen in that game.
You know what it is? Look, it's a 60-minute game.
Yeah?
It's a 60-minute game, so it's a goal a minute, essentially. They scored every minute.
That's nuts.
How's that possible?
Thailand
is it a
bad the goalie sucked on Kuwait. That's what I guess.
Is that a bad guy? He's in big trouble.
The Sheik's going to be upset. Very upset with that.
That's a route. It was a route. Vancouver just had another scoring opportunity. Nice shot on goal, but Saros came up with the stopper and got blocked. Every day it's having a hard time getting through to them. They only officially have 8 shots on goal. So 3-0, 5 minutes left in the period. Here's a chance for them. Oh, it was a mini breakaway. It was a mini breakaway for Lafferty, and he had Saros beat, and he lost the puck on the side of the net. They're just now, they're gripping the stick tight. They can't score. Man, I was they've had numerous opportunities. Honestly, this game should be 3-2 right now. Here's another one. They're in the slot. Okay, here it is. Put it in the net right now. Shoot. Oh, and the puck bounces off his stick. They really are. It's like a disaster. They really are working hard. They're getting in front of the net. Shoot the puck, bro, at the net. Please, for the love of God. Shoot the puck at the net. Boom. Goal.
There,
Vancouver
3-1.
scores. Zadorov. 3-1.
Our total's in trouble, man. Like big trouble.
Yeah,
big
just
trouble.
There's 4 minutes left in the period. Vancouver are back in this game now. If they come back 3-3, it's boom.
All right. Now I gotta regroup again.
And the Red Lobster is closed. No regrouping.
Yeah. That's the thing. I went to the Red Lobster. They're out of business. I can't even get in. Now I gotta find. I gotta find a
Raising Cane's is still open.
Yeah. Oh, I like Raising Cane's.
We love Raising Cane's.
Good chicken. Yeah, good chicken. Exactly. I tell you, my favorite spot, though, is Bojangles Chicken and Biscuits. They got the best breakfast sandwich in the land, man. When I was down in Georgia, God, I love that place.
No, listen, Chick-fil-A got an egg white chicken sandwich. It's fabulous.
It's
egg white. It's egg white and grilled chicken on a muffin.
I don't want eggs with chicken.
Nah,
you don't like chicken
Bojangles.
omelets? Dude, chicken and egg omelets are fabulous.
Yeah, I'm not down with egg whites. I like extra yolk.
Yeah, I'm a yolk man,
I'm just saying, little protein. Listen,
you got a health kick now? That's your new health. That's your health thing?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm healthy.
It's Richard Simmons, not Sean Higgs. Here we go. He's back.
For a
grilled
fat
chicken
guy,
and egg whites.
I eat a lot of meat. But I like bread and mayonnaise. I eat mayonnaise out of the jar with a spoon, a ladle.
I like mayonnaise too. That's very good, delicious,
fabulous.
See if Vancouver can. Vancouver buzzing around here right now. See if they can bury another one before the end of the period. So the in-game total now is going to be 6.5.
It's going to be.
It is 6.5.
6.5. I like that over now. Before I was like, leaning under. I like the over. Let's get on
They're
that
at
over.
4 now.
Who's at 4?
Yeah, 3-1.
They're at 4 goals. Yeah, they're at 4 already. Yeah.
How much time's left in the period? A couple minutes?
3 minutes.
It's when he swung it easy at three-quarter golf swings, and he pretty much hit his number all the time. Dude, but when he hit something full, he hit it 20 yards over the greens at times. He's like, what are you doing?
He's just smiley, happy, and a freakish athlete golf robot that's going to be right there winning majors for the next 10-plus years. It's amazing.
Did you say he was smiling or smiley?
Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Philadelphia 76ers, who are the second best team in this Eastern Conference by a mile when Joel Embiid is healthy. And that's just what they are. So now, if Giannis isn't available, the Bucks would be dogs in the series.
He ain't sleeping on that air mattress anymore. He's got a regular king-size bed, a Posturepedic, whatever they call it, a Sealy's, whatever they do, those things. He ready to roll. Dominating tonight.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
People that bashed him will be eating their words this year. Pretty heavily favored to be a first-round pick, minus 400 earlier this week. But that's not the surprise.
If you're drafting J.J. McCarthy in the first half of the first round, you clearly believe not only is he a starter, he's going to be your starter for years to come. But
a popular bet was under 3.5 wide receivers in the first round.
The tape doesn't lie, baby.
Only on SportsGrid.
Well, it's 3-1 for Nashville, 3:09 left in the second period of play in Vancouver. The Canucks have a puncher's chance still right now. At least we did jump in on that 2.5. We got a puncher's chance for that. The Winnipeg Jets are down 4-2 as well. Next goal is mandatory for them. That's not just a saying it. They need to score the next goal if they're going to get back in this game. That total is 8.5 now. Over 8.5 is plus 125. Under 8.5 is minus 155 in Colorado and Winnipeg. I tell you what, I'd be scared to be betting on the under here.
I agree.
think there could be more goals.
Yeah, I mean, you saw 7-6, right? We're on pace for another 7-6 game. What are you talking about?
Winnipeg's also going to pull the goalie. When you're down 2 goals, they'll pull the goalie at 4 or 5 minutes. Like that Colorado did it the last game, and actually Winnipeg didn't score on the open net. It was crazy. Colorado got within 1 when they pulled the goalie, so I expect the same thing.
Yes.
So here we go.
At 7 goals right now.
The Vancouver Canucks have a power play with 2:24 left, so they get the full 2 minutes here to end the period on the power play. Perfect opportunity to make this 3-2 here right now. And that would be a massive momentum swing going into the room if they could score again here.
Our total's in trouble, though. Can't have both.
No, but I'm more concerned about the Canucks than the under bet right now. I know you're panicked about the total bet. You're on Nashville, too, so you just want it to stay the way it is.
I got my money line bet they already paid me for because they went up 3, right? So that's fine, but I got them in a parlay, too. But the Jets it pays $450. I need Winnipeg plus 1.5 with Nashville plus 1.5. Rangers and Lightning plus 1.5 came in, but I'm really worried about the Jets because dude, you can't give up goals like we talk about at the Leafs. They got lucky, Gabe. Giving up goals like 6 seconds left in the period. The Leafs did it that one game too. It's just, it's very frustrating. You can't do those type of things, and you'll pay the price later on.
Vancouver just gave up a 2-on-1 on the power play, and DeSmith came up with a big save. Vancouver's got to do better, man, on the power play. They're losing the puck possession too easily. That can't happen. Pettersson again from the slot. He keeps shooting from the same spot. This time it got blocked. There's been a couple of times that Pettersson has shot, and since it hasn't been a great shot, it got blocked and it's bouncing out for like a loose counterattack for Nashville. It's happened a couple of times. Like he's got to start getting this puck on the net. He is struggling for real right now. 17 block shots to 5. Big difference in this game. Nashville have 17 block shots. That's unbelievable. And Vancouver only have 10 shots on goal. Like I said, they're having a hard time getting the shots through. Not to mention the shots that they've missed the net with. So the second half has started in Los Angeles, and the total is exactly what we betted at 190.5 still right now. 55-48. Let's take a look at the overnight numbers for tomorrow's games. Get Sean Higgs's picks here.
Yes.
Miami and Boston. Looked like Miami were overwhelmed in game 1, Sean. The Celtics are like 14.5 points here. Total is 203. 14.5.
You can't lay. I can't lay that kind of number. I'll do a team total. I had a team total Boston in game 1. I'd come back with a team total here as well. I mean, they're going to score their 115. So what's that? It's up around 110, 112 again for them. It was 112 in game 1. I look at Boston team total here over. I don't want to lay that kind of number. Again, Miami back to the wall. You get embarrassed. You want to come out and look good, but I'd rather just sail with Boston on a team total. They're going to score their points. Miami's not slowing them down. You know, they're just on a mission this year. It's Celtics right to the conference finals here in the East. So I'll go team total. What is it at, 112? It was 112 last game, so I'm thinking it's got to be around that.
We'll get you the updated number. I can't disagree with your pick, actually, because Boston are a juggernaut. Again, especially against teams that they match up well with, right?
Yeah,
like I think they could lose. No, you know what? You got a 108.5 tomorrow.
108. It's down 108. Come on, give me over. I mean. But who is somebody out? Why the total? I mean, am I seeing
That's weird.
From opener to again? It's open at 208. It's all the way down to 203.
That's big steam to the
Come
under.
on, Vancouver. Shoot.
Yeah, 207.5.
Yeah,
this is so. Come on, Miller. They've had so many chances here in the slot. Oh, they
as
just
much
hit
as
the
people have been
goalpost.
betting me.
Dear God.
Living in
They hit the post.
Canucks over there.
Yeah, 24 seconds left in the period. They hit the post. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Canucks fan.
I think the NBA totals, Cam, it's just people are just blindly going under with what we've seen in these between the playing games and the first game 1s. Everybody's just hitting these unders on openers, and they just keep going down and down and down.
I'll tell you, Gabe. The Pelicans Thunder game was the best game I thought earlier. It was a really close game, and I see the Thunder laying 7.5, total 210.5. I got to believe, I think the Pelicans might be live again as a dog. It's a lot of points.
Yeah, I agree. Thunder's a young team. We can take,
That's the thing.
And then, we're good. I don't want to lay that kind of 7 or 8 with them. I'll take the dog. You had a nice late game 1.
Yeah.
I was on the Pelicans in game 1. They match up well.
I think you come right back with them. Yeah.
They match up well
Right
with
back
them.
on
The
the
thing with
Phillies.
the thing with the Pelicans is they've played so much over the years without Zion Williamson. So it's not as devastating to them to lose a player like him. And actually, their plus minus, their net differential is actually better when he's not there. He's not a good defensive player. So he's going to put up a lot of points, but whoever he's guarding is also going to light it up. So it kind of equals out a little bit. He is a good offensive player. He's flashy and stuff, but his plus, like the Pelicans' net differential is actually better when Zion Williamson doesn't play. And they're getting 7.5 points, total 210.5. I do agree. I think the Pels are live. The Cavs go to Orlando. Orlando are laying 2. Orlando have been a little bit overwhelmed, but I expect them to be much better on their home court in Game 3, laying it all on the line here. Speaking of a first quarter or first half play shot, I would expect Orlando to hit shots early. Maybe they choke as the game goes on, but I think they're good play in the first half.
And also it's kind of like an NFL game, right? It's what you saw like the week before. Like a team gets destroyed, like, oh my God, you can't bet them. They're terrible. And somebody else looks really good and you want to take them and the line's crazy. You take the team and they've looked terrible the first 2 games. They're playing basketball like it's 1993. Like that's I don't even know what it was. It was horrible. So at home, favored. The world's going to be on the Cavaliers here, getting a point. Like, what did they see in games 1 and 2? I'm with you. I'm with you on Orlando. Probably an under as well, though. That's what they play.
The Sixers are like 4.5 to the Knicks.
Yeah.
It's when he swung it easy at 3-quarter golf swings, and he pretty much hit his number all the time. Dude, but when he hit something full, he hit it 20 yards over the greens at times. He's like, what are you doing?
He's just smiley, happy, and a freakish athlete golf robot that's going to be right there winning majors for the next 10-plus years. It's amazing.
Did you say he was smiling or smiley?
Only on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Philadelphia 76ers, who are the second best team in this Eastern Conference by a mile when Joel Embiid is healthy. And that's just what they are. So now, if Giannis isn't available, the Bucks would be dogs in the series.
He ain't sleeping on that air mattress anymore. He's got a regular king-size bed, a posturepedic, what do they call it? A Sealy's, whatever they do, those things. He ready to roll. Denominating tonight.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
People that bashed him will be eating their words this year. Pretty heavily favored to be a first-round pick, minus 400 earlier this week. But that's not the surprise.
If you're drafting J.J. McCarthy in the first half of the first round, you clearly believe not only is he a starter, he's going to be your starter for years to come. But
a popular bet was under 3.5 wide receivers in the first round.
The tape doesn't lie, baby.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage 58-55. Make it 61-55 right now. Kyrie just hit a 3 for the Mavericks. We're on over 190.5. It's 189.5 in-game right now. Mavs minus 3.5, minus 170 on the money line. The Clippers are plus 150 on the money line. Both these teams tomorrow, these next games, guys, but I'll throw it to you, Sean, on the way out if you want to give your quick picks here. Nick Nurse blames the referees, and LeBron James and the Lakers are blaming the referees, basically, for both their losses last night. So they're playing once again on Thursday. Sixers are laying 4.5 and the Lakers are getting 1.
You got a bad call in the Sixer game. You saw him like pull the shirt or whatever. But you know what? You can't let the Knicks turn into Reggie Miller and you turn into the Knicks in 10 seconds, have them score 8 points or whatever the heck they did. You collapsed. It was a bad ending. You should have won the game. It's that simple. And for LeBron to come in there and start complaining like, oh, we need a replay. Yeah. Bro, you were up double digits again. You were up 15. Stop. It had nothing to do with the refs. You wanted that head coach. He's terrible. You want to do your own little thing and bring guys in you think going to make you a better player. Your team is garbage. That's why you were in a play-in game. That's why you were a 7 or an 8 or 9 seed, whatever the heck you were. You're not a good team. Though, I will say, Lakers, again, probably first quarter, first half, right? They've been good. The last 2 games they're in it. Why not at home with really the backs against the wall? But you can't really bet these guys to win this thing. I mean, they've dropped 10 in a row. Now all of a sudden we're going to come in and win 4 of the next 5 and beat the Nuggets? Get the heck out of here with that nonsense. Goodbye, Lakers.
I think the Lakers aren't a bad team, but have a bad deal. They can't beat Denver. Like if the Lakers were playing someone else, it would be easier for them. Denver are just better than they are and match up well with them. With Jokic, they can't stop Murray and Jokic in a pick and roll over and over, but nobody can stop them right now. So the Lakers are going to be the first victims. Well, no one stopped them last year.
Nobody exactly.
And no one's going to stop them.
But you knew that coming into the season that you're going to have to face this team, and you did nothing to address those issues.
They did cover the spread though last night.
They did. Yes, they did.
Well, you better when you got a 15-point lead. You better. They hung on that time. They didn't cover the night before, keep blowing a 12-point lead.
They had a 20-point lead shot, not 15, 20.
Well, last night, but I meant game one. Game one, they had a 10 or 15-point lead too as well. They didn't cover that.
But that's what Denver does. Denver, it was the same thing in the regular season. Denver were actually a good fade in the first half. Like they have that attitude now where we're just going to flick the switch and turn it up a notch in the second half now.
They didn't play basketball till January. They were like, whatever, we'll go through our thing. Let's just and then we'll start playing. Other teams try to do that, and that's why you were in a play-in game, and now you try to turn it on, and that's why the Suns are getting run out of the building by 15, and now they're a 3-point dog. You think that line would be the same? No. That line goes up after they get destroyed. What does that tell you about what people think about the Suns game? I mean,
Phoenix opened up right now. Phoenix are 3.5-point favorites hosting the T-Wolves Friday night.
Yeah, I think T-Wolves might cover again or win outright.
Yeah,
they might blow these guys away in 4 or 5.
I was on the T-Wolves the first 2 games here, but I do think this is a Phoenix spot in Game 3. They're going to be frustrated. They'll get it done at home in this one, I think.
They should, but I don't know. I don't trust that team.
3.5-point faves again. Exactly. And again, it's like, oh, it's KD, Booker, and Beal. Yay. No one gives. Maybe because it's Minnesota, nobody knows they got a good basketball team up there. Edwards is a star. I mean, Gobert's pretty good. It's a solid team. They're deep. They don't do anything like big name style. Like everybody else has some. No one talks about Minnesota, and they were basically the best team in the league or in the West the entire year until the end of the season when they lost a couple. I mean, come on. They were basically a 1 seed.
People hype up Anthony Edwards. They are the number 1 defensive team in the NBA as well.
Yes,
Rudy Gobert is the best defensive player.
I don't think it's talked about enough, though, Gabe. I mean, people came in here thinking the Suns were going to beat these guys. Like it was going to be a cakewalk.
Mm-hmm. No.
Because NBA media and NBA fans, they always like the sizzle and the star players.
Yes.
They always buy in. They always buy in because the media will tell them, right? Well, Kevin Durant and Booker and Beal, they're going to hit shots, and you just can't match that star power. When in reality, in the NBA, it's teams that actually win.
Yeah,
right. Look at the Denver Nuggets. Look at the Denver Nuggets. They play as a team. I know they have Jokic, who's a star.
Take 8 shots. He takes 8 shots, scores 8 points, has like 9 rebounds and like 4 assists. The glue guys, as they call them, right? That you need those kind of players, the role player guys. They don't have that because they traded everybody away to get these 2 guys to have a triple-headed monster. No depth.
Every home team in the NHL tomorrow, Gabe. That's my play. Every home team in the NHL tomorrow. Toronto, Dallas, Edmonton. Done.
Well, both home teams are losing right now in the NHL.
Yeah.
So.
No, they'll come back tomorrow.
It's when he swung it easy at three-quarter golf swings, and he pretty much hit his number all the time. Dude, but when he hit something full, he hit it 20 yards over the greens at times. He's like, what are you doing?
He's just smiley, happy, and a freakish athlete golf robot that's going to be right there winning majors for the next 10-plus years. It's amazing.
Did you say he was smiling or smiley?
Only on SportsGrid.